I don't know if you could hear me. I hadn't put myself on the stage. Welcome, everyone. And for those that are at the ground enjoying your Good Friday, hello to you all. Anyone who jumps on, glad to have a chat. I wasn't going to do this today as I'm just excited. It's Good Friday, but I just want to get on here and chat for a few minutes before the game starts. We're going to look at some of the statistics of the teams, including where the tries are being scored and where they're being defended the best. G'day, Elaine. How are you? Happy Easter to you all. Hopefully, everyone's eating fish today for the true believers. But we will see. Have a good day with your family, everyone. Hopefully, lots of you are going out to watch the Bulldogs play. And if you're not on live here, it's because you're at the game or doing something beautiful with your family. CJ's off to the game to support the boys. That's fantastic. Anyway, we'll put this out there for the people who want to see it and say hello. There's a lot of good stuff happening here. A lot of good stuff. So let's get it started. There's a few of you on now, which is good. So basically, as the Dogfather released yesterday on the Facebook groups, Kick Hour was back. That was quite obvious through what was coming through. It was either going to be Jack Todd or Daniel Saluka-Fifita dropped. That was kept very quiet until obviously the New South Wales Cup team was just named and Saluka-Fifita, which I said that would be the two options on Tuesday. Serrato's become very, transparent in how he does things, which is great. He has complete confidence in the system. It's the next man up, and they know who that sort of pecking order is based on the opposition that they play. And we will see Josh Curran will start the game, and young Viliami Kikau will go to the left edge, and even younger Jacob Preston will go back to the right edge. Bench will stay as it was, and that's how they'll line up. Now, I am expecting a few changes to the South Sydney side. I do expect that there could be a chance Jai Gray's dropped or put to the bench in this game. I've just got this feeling. It'll be pretty obvious that the Dogs, if Jai Gray starts at fullback, will be looking to do what they've been doing, getting up the field pretty well in games where they've had their full complement of players, which they do this week, and looking to kick to a position that puts their fullback to either have to, pass the ball from dummy half or be in a scenario where they're getting crunched. And we'll see Kikau working his ass off to do that, as well as the rest of the team. Now, I think there might be a chance that Latrell actually goes back to fullback in this match and Jai Gray goes to the bench or out of the side. It could happen. It may not, but it would not surprise me in the slightest. With Latrell at fullback, whilst you don't get that yardage and the amount of runs that you would get from a Jai Gray and still have questions being asked throughout the game, you'll get someone that if he is catching bombs or put under pressure, can start some second phase. We've seen Latrell throw a number of offloads and I think they'll be prepared to throw a little ball today, the Rabbits, in order to make some things happen. And the Dogs have the best defence in the game for a reason. And look, I've got some stats on that, guys. So as far as tries scored and tries conceded, it's the Bulldogs, we've conceded 73% of our tries on our right edge. So that's we've only conceded 11 tries in 5 matches. G'day, Scotty. Welcome, mate. So 11 tries in 5 matches. That's phenomenal. That's 2.2 tries per game that we have conceded. 8 of those tries have been down the right edge. There's been, 2 in the middle and only 1 on our left-hand edge. Now, that left-hand edge, it's going to have Kikau and Burton who are coming back from injury, and I do wonder if Wayne Bennett will test it out and be willing to take the Bulldogs on down that side of the field. South Sydney, they have conceded 8 of their 23 tries on their left edge. So let's get the teams up. I should have done this already, but let's get them up. So Campbell Graham on the right wing with Jack Whiten, right centre. We'll see what happens with that. I think, Isaiah Tass on the left wing with Ewan Aiken is how it goes. So Tass and Aiken up against our right edge, which will be Preston and Critter and Jacob Kiraz versus Jack Whiten and Campbell Graham on our left edge, which is Viliami Kikau, Matty Burton, and Bronson Cherry with Marcello Montoya. And you would expect that, and having Jai Arrow, who plays on the right edge, keying on the left, and both can play middle, those guys. So, look, it's a good side. It's a very good side that's been named. And I do expect, interesting that Josh Schuster has made the extended bench for the Rabbits. Very interesting indeed. Maybe he is a late inclusion, but I do doubt it. I've got a feeling Lewis Dodd will start at number 6 and Latrell Mitchell will go back to fullback. It probably won't happen, but I've just got this feeling that there will be some sort of change in that back line that goes out to start. So looking at South Sydney, they've conceded half their tries, 12 of 23 tries, so just over half on their right-hand side. Their right-hand edge, Jack White and Campbell Graham. But in saying that, they've had some different players there every week. As far as the middle goes, they've only conceded 3 of their 23 tries through the middle. So they've really tightened up the middle defence, and teams have gone around them. And that would come down to the way teams defend as well. The Dogs, 2 tries down the middle from their 11. So, look, our right edge has really suffered. As far as our attack goes, and we'll start to look at the stats, the Bulldogs have scored 9 tries down their left edge. We've scored 7 down the right edge, and we've scored 6 tries through the middle. South Sydney, 13 of their 20 tries has come down their left edge. 5 of their 20 tries in the middle, and they've only scored 2 tries down their right-hand edge. So it sets it up that the left-hand edge of the South Sydney side, which is Isaiah Tass and Ewan Aiken, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Isaiah Tass and Ewan Aiken will be attacking our right-hand edge of Jacob Kiraz, Stephen Crichton, Jacob Preston, and Toby Sexton. So that's where they've been scoring their points, and that's who we've got in defence. And, they get most of their tries down their left edge. We concede most of our tries down our right edge. So it sets it up. That is the key to victory, is who wins that battle goes a long way to winning the game. We've been a lot more productive through the centre of the field, scoring points. And that just shows the different ways we're being prepared to play and attack. Whether it's go set for set, and just break them down and get one pass off the ruck and go crash through close to the posts, or whether we need to go out the back and just run our normal reps and try and create numbers and space for our wingers to get over and score, which is what we've done. The last 3 weeks, it's sort of dried up a little bit, and I would, obviously against Cronulla, we our centres and second rowers have been very, very important in getting our points. down that left edge as well. So yeah, it really sets it up for a mouth-watering contest. When you look at the team stats this year, you know, we're getting away fast to play the ball. But as I said, the last 3 games we've been the faster team and lost that contest, even though we've won the match, which suggests that sides are either getting better at getting up and playing the ball against us, or we're playing fairly and they've been allowed to lay all over us, which, you know, as a Dogs fan, I can say that and get away with it because that's how it appears. So look, it's a really good game of rugby league that we've got. G'day, BK Lass. Thanks for getting to a live, mate. Great to see you. Scotty, going to be good conditions for a game of footy. Bloody hope so, mate. Shout out to me nan Pauline, who's sipping on a rose, and me dog Euro, who G'd for the game today. Oh, how you going, Nan? And well done, Mondowan. Shout out to you, my friend. Tony the Fifth, how many fans are we expecting up the Hounds? Look, they've sold at least 60,000, I'm told, and they made that top tier, which I think was 4,000 seats, available for $10 each, with no ticket tech commission. So we're expecting that those Bulldogs fans are going to probably be outnumber the Rabbits at least 2-1. I reckon you might get 15,000 Rabbits fans there, and I think we'll see at least 40,000 Bulldogs fans at this match. I think it's going to be absolutely massive, and something we need to. I'll just move myself over on the screen a little bit to a different spot. I want to see the rabbit stew. There we go. Look, I'm cooking some rabbit stew for you all. G'day, Ross. Hit list. The Easter Bunnies, then the show ponies next week. We'll get a taste of the Bulldog. Yeah, well, I made myself a canvas last year of the dog father, you know, with the horse's head on the bed and put the score up on it and everything and printed it out. Got it printed and put it on my wall. I fucking loved that last year, as we all did. No one expected it. Not even the fans could say they expected that. And to see that really set us up. It was just such an important day that day. And today, this needs to be the same. We can get that big crowd and we'll be always remembered for that, the fans and the club. But it's going to take the performance on the field today to cement that in history. We need to turn around this deficit in Easter games against the Rabbits, which they've literally been able to, you know, get a hop along from their extra player on the field in Jared Sutton. It's proven. Even South fans will agree with it. Like, there's even South Sydney fans. They agree with it more when they're winning and they're doing well and the Dogs are down the ladder. Now we've climbed up and we're looking like a much more, you know, bigger chance of success than the Rabbit. You'll find that they're gone back to their toothless feral ways when it comes back down to us. Not that most of them, there's big hatred there between both clubs, regardless. But, you know, there's a little bit of sympathy sometimes from the Rabbits fans. No longer, nor do we need it. So, look, I think this game's going to be one. I don't even know if I presented all the stuff I was showing. I didn't, did I? I didn't show it. But there's your team list. It isn't updated yet. But we will see Daniel Fifita's playing New South Wales Cup, which is kicking off right now, which I want to go and watch. Josh Curran is taking his spot in the field. Preston goes to the right edge. Kikau moves into the left, and there'll be no further changes outside of that. And this bullshit that David Riccio said they were going to give Kikau all the way up to kick off to prove his fitness. Like, I've never met a bigger spinster in my effing life. David Riccio, no one at the Bulldogs speaks to him, right? Except there's a couple of, little Klingons who find out stuff and send it his way. But, he'll talk to managers, sure, but not to the Bulldogs. And there's a reason for that, because he'll just say whatever he wants to say. And look, he's a bit of a fence sitter too. Like, I remember he sat there and he spoke for 15 minutes about Brad Arthur coaching the Bulldogs before Serrato was hired. And then after speaking about it the whole time, goes, it is unlikely to happen though at the end. Like, what a wanker. So Kikau, they've known for days that he was playing. Days. Did his fitness test, I think, would have been Wednesday or Tuesday. They did the captain's run yesterday. And he ran around in that, no problem. They knew he was playing. There was none of this. And DSF knew he was playing New South Wales Cup. Like, they don't get to the day and go, hey, Daniel, sorry, but you're playing New South Wales Cup. No, it's not how it works. Saluka Fafita, he's the next man up. And they're going to use Todd as that, try and give him that 20 minutes again. Curran and King can play much longer minutes, even as starters. Tupanua comes on, does his role. Man can play longer minutes as well. Hayward can come in and cover Marnie. If we have to do too much defence, he can go in and play hooker, and give Reid a rest. Not that usually happens, but it's there. If there's an injury or anything like that, all this sort of stuff can happen. But what I'm expecting is that it's the way that things have been going, they're going to stick to their strengths. Their strengths is to score points on their left edge. But expect there to be a lot of ferocity coming at our left edge from their right edge. Okay? So Jai Arrow to be, getting right in the face of Kikau. To expect the likes of, what's his name, Jack Whiten and Campbell Graham to be really on point. And both of those guys are really good defenders. So they've got two defenders together. Maybe they separate them and play different sides. I'm not sure. But they're not wingers. But Campbell can definitely make that work. Like they said that Campbell would move to defend in the centres because he's a really good defender. I'd say one of the best defensive centres in the game when fully fit. But Jack Whiten, there's nothing wrong with his defence. So we'll see how that goes. There's a lot. Look, you never know with Uncle Wayne what he's going to do. Mondowan, what's the key to shutting down Trellimit and Cody Walks? Well, they're going to throw some balls. And I think the key to them is to keep them involved defensively. So maintaining possession and targeting them with our attack. Forcing them into aggravation with the ball, chasing hard. Cody's going to throw balls. He's going to get his players on the outside of us at times, even against the run of play. That's where I find these Rabbits are always dangerous, where teams are looking better than them, but against the run of play, they somehow find a way. And that's been the story of their 2025 season. Wayne's got them believing that they're a top 4 team again. He's got players which have sort of dipped in form over the last couple of years, believing that they deserve to be there. And that's where him as a coach is very, very good. And that comes from 50 years of coaching, right? Or more than that. So there's the key to, obviously, frustrating Cody Walker causes the Rabbits a lot of issues. And the fact that he's been carrying hamstring injuries and stuff like that is another way that we can, just put him under sufferance, keep running at him, keep patient. And then, when the opportunities arise, really, get stuck into them. You know what I mean? Depending on where Latrell plays. Like when Latrell's playing in that 5'8" role, you know, for the majority of sets, he's just kicking the footy, you know, or passing the ball somewhere, and then out of nowhere he'll make the play. He'll push up in support off a smaller person through the middle. That's always a danger, you know. And by pushing up in support around players that are less threatening, that's when it becomes a conundrum for us. So, look, the Dogs are going to go out there. We're going to work our ass off for the first 20 minutes. South will be doing the same. They'll be looking to grind their way to victory, and we won't be afraid of that. But for us, it's about putting them under pressure until they crack, which is the way we play, and making sure we execute. There, look, that's all fucking cliche 101. On a broader perspective, we've been offloading them more the last couple of weeks. I think we need to do that at different points. Having Curran and King both there gives us really good offload options, makes us more versatile. But, you know, Tatola's been in good form. And it just depends. They've got a really tough forward pack still. And I think the Dogs are a good chance of not only matching that pack, but getting over the top of it. And look, this game, we've got two players coming back from MCLs, you remember. They're not going to be at their best. I hope they are, and I hope they have a great occasion today and rip and tear. But, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, they should rest Kicks and all that. But he's the type of player you need to get him in there and give him a run. And we've got enough players that can play edges if he gets tired or injured or anything like that. He needs the runs under his belt. It's about maintaining that peak fitness for Kikau. It always has been. And Burton's a little bit the same. He's a guy that needs to warm into it. I felt that he started this season better than any that he started before. And it was just a real shame he got done with that MCL. Both those injuries happened in defending against the Titans. So, yeah, I think it's a real good chance for those guys to keep it simple, create peel defenders off each other, which is what Latrell likes to do. So we're going to need to see Burton and Kikau running lots of supports, lots of decoys, and I think you'll expect to see Cherry doing a lot of work out there. He'll get a lot of ball, get a lot of early ball, you know, and look, Montoya is there to do his job, put pressure on the kick chase to bring the ball off the end and to finish when he's got space. That's his job, and it's pretty simple for him out there. So. Dave Rio called all the Bulldogs fans plebs on 360. T1, g'day T123. Yeah, he's a fuckwit, and we all know it. Never a dull moment in rugby league, as Gus would say. He's just dirty. We pumped his Shire Sharks. Yeah, so many Shire lovers. And at the end of the day, you know, they're all bra boys out there. They're all bloody idiots. They're all ScoMo worshippers. And, you know, they've all had their time at Engadine, Maccas, put it that way. Anyway, apologies if you've addressed it, brother. Thoughts on Todd remaining on the bench? My tail is wagging to see him rip in. G'day, Tony. Yeah, I think it's all about his development. Like, I think it works to have DSF start or Sam Hughes and to really absorb that punishment from a tough pack early on. And I felt that Todd is someone that they've really got to build his engine over the NRL. So the fact that we've won our first 5 games and we're on 12 points, it gives the coach the luxury, whether this is part of that or not, this is just my opinion on it or what I'm getting from it. And I'm not always right. So I think it's about, like, we're in a good position where we've got players who can play long minutes. We trust that they'll get the job done. We can Jack Todd's 106 kilos with good footwork. He can hit hard in defence at times. His engine is going to be the problem in NRL, and the more he plays, the more minutes that he gets, and the more ways he gets to contribute, the better it's going to be for the depth of our club and for the progression of what many consider to be a future starting, really talented rugby league forward in the Canterbury pack, and expect he'll be there when the whips are cracking in a few years, when we actually get to see our junior base thrive as the majority of that 17, where we're just slowly building this junior inclusion into the squad and giving them more and more and more and more. And, that's how they've got to do it. And any opportunity they've got to do that, they have to do it. But in saying that, I think with Tom Amone leaving, there's a real good chance for Daniel Saluka-Fifita to take up that spot next year in the top 30 and get a 1-year extension. And I hope he can, because I think he adds really solid depth to us. 80-minute slog, mate. It well and truly could be. Great having Birdo's boot back. It is. It really is. And that's another thing as well. You can say, all right, well, we lose that sort of tough enforcer guy. But we've got Birdo's boot there as well. And a more fit team that can get down the paddock from further within their own end down in a line to the South Sydney team. It just, the ball holds up in the air longer, gives us more time to get down there and meet that back three as they're getting the ball or competing for them with the ball. So Scotty says, my old man is a doggy supporter that lives in the Shire. There you go. Oh, look, there's supporters everywhere. But I know if you go to the country back in the 80s and 90s, no one went. You'd be lucky to find one Cronulla supporter. Everyone went for Canterbury, Paris, St George, Balmain, or Manly. They were your teams. And then you had the occasional, as things sort of got into the 90s, and you'd start meeting some Raiders supporters. And then you'd be out in the country and there'd be a fucking Broncos supporter who's born in New South Wales, and you just like tell that bloke he can't be your friend, there was always a North Sydney fan as well. Not many though. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Oh, and there were Roosters fans. And people say there's always Bunnies fans. Yeah, very few out in the country where I'm from. Not amongst the kids. I think a lot of kids might have had parents that went for the Bunnies, but they were so poor, for so long that it was just hard to support a bunny, a rabbit, when there's a bulldog out there, or a tiger, or an eel, or a dragon. You know what I mean? Good afternoon, Timmy. Welcome. And I just want to say thank you to all the people who have joined the channel as well and paying a bit of a membership fee and stuff, like whether it's $1 or $3 or whatever. I don't even know how much it is, to be honest. It all helps. It's not essential, but if you want to do it, do it. I'll try and make sure I do more exclusive stuff. I did it live before talking about the team changes, and it was supposed to just be exclusive to the members, I think there's 9 or 10 of them. But it somehow went public anyway. But so I'm still working stuff out. At the game, well done, Timmy. Wilson scored the opening try in the 6th minute. Lamia. There you go. Not you, Scott, the dog father. Where am I from? I'm from Wagga Wagga, mate. And I also spent some time in Nambucca Heads for the Nambucca Roosters. Never played for the Roosters. I played soccer for the Roosters. Played a bit of rugby league in Wagga, but not much. mainly for schools. My coach used to brag that he was the coach of Steve Mortimer at Mount Austin because Steve was the captain there. I remember we watched video of my first ever game and I got heckled for, they put me in at second row, I think. And I ran the ball and I had to run at this bloke. I forget his name. He might have been Battered Sav or something like that, he was called. Had scars all over his face and fucking huge. And I ran at him and I sort of stopped as I got to the line. I didn't run hard through the contact, so everyone gave me shit. So that was the last time I ran soft, put it that way. And it was true. You get hurt less when you run hard back in that sort of grade. Not always true these days. Joel, love you. G'day, Joel. Don't forget you have support in the autonomous region of Bougainville. I'm eagerly waiting for the 4 p.m. game. Another victory, I hope. Quite positive. G'day, Joel, and shout out to you, mate. You out in PNG, brother? We've got a lot of Bulldogs fans in PNG and Fiji and the like. And great to have you on board. Tough rugby league players. And it's going to be good when we see expansion. Can't wait. So Timmy's given us a good little update of New South Wales Cup. Scotty built the Woolworths at Nambucca. I know exactly where that was. It is where the pub was. The Golden. My sister got banned from that pub. Bit of a long story. Bashing her ex-husband, who was a fuckwit. Yes, I had my 18th birthday drinks at that pub, Scotty. And look, I used to love playing pool there. I used to love drinking Tooheys New in happy hour there. And they had the little fish and chip shop across from there as well, and the RSL down the bottom of the hill. They moved the pub into the main street. So, yeah, good place, Nambucca. And I did year 11 and 12 there, and some very good rugby league players coming out of there, actually. Gary Jarrett, he was phenomenal. He went on to play for the Crushers. It was in that Crushers Academy. He was on TV and everything like that. They won the under-21s. He was with Clinton Schifofsky, I think, and a few others. There was the Donovan brothers. They went and both played for Penrith. Didn't really I think Matt Donovan played some first grade. Paul, who was in my year, he played really well. Really tough, both of them. Had knee injuries. And the Tigers, Daniel Fitzhenry, I knew that little prick too. He wanted a beer off me. I remember he was a few years younger, and he's like, "Oh, can I have a beer?" I'm like, "What do you want one beer for? There's no point." I had a 6-pack. He's like, "Oh, well, if you run at me and I tackle you and smash you, can I have 2 beers?" I said, "All right." So I ran at him and he fucking smashed me. So I gave him one, I think. Reneged on the deal, but that was down at the Oval. And unfortunately, that Leeds club just went up in flames. So that's really sad, but just getting off track. But yeah, Daniel Fitzhenry won the grand final with the West Tigers. So that's some of the people, but I was at Wagga for the first 15 years. Wagga Kangaroos, Wagga Magpies, Turvey Park Lions. It's all changed there now, Group 9. But there you go. Bulldogs 10, Rabbits 0. Let's keep it going, doggies. Adrian Barnes, did you grow up in Nambucca? I grew up not far away in Kempsey. Yeah, look, I did year 11 and 12 there, mate. And my sisters had been there for years. So I was always visiting the place. The place used to double in size in summer. and tourist season, which was fantastic as a teenager, I must say. But yeah, I used to go down to Kempsey and play soccer and play rugby league for the school and play cricket. Yeah, look, and Nathan Brown, he was from Kempsey, and a few of us knew him as well. So I remember seeing him at a nightclub in Hurstville once. It's a great place. Certainly is, Scotty. Another 4-pointer to Wilson. Wilson! Oh, you built one at Leeton. The Leeton Grasshoppers, they play AFL at Leeton. But at Wagga, they play, we had Collingully Ashmont, the Wagga Tigers, the Mangapla Bombers, the Leeton Grasshoppers. Lots of sport down in Wagga, I tell you. As a kid, playing golf, playing rugby league, soccer, tennis, fucking AFL, you played a lot. Your school team, you'd be playing all things. You're playing cricket. Fucking some people playing t-ball and softball on the weekends as well. It was amazing. And some of those people were doing athletics and swimming. That's what we used to grow up with doing. Fuck. Now it's costs you $1,000 to get your kid to play soccer, and then they don't get picked. Or it's just different now, man. Insurance has made it fucked for most people. Wilson's a regular first grade starter. He certainly is, and I think that's why he will be purchased. And look, a team will buy him for more than what we're paying him, and we will pay our next winger who'll do as good a job for us as Wilson will do anywhere else, and we'll get him for less. And that's how the system will work. Unless Wilson is seen as I didn't actually think Wilson was playing, to be honest. I thought he was going to be 19th man. Maybe he's going to play and be 19th man as well. Oh, you went to Narandra as well. Cool. Let me do the electrical for the next Woolworths you build. Keep me posted on the score of the New South Wales Cup, please. I hear we're leading already. Go Doggies. Yeah, it looks like we're 3-0 there, Joel. There is an app you can get, but it does cost about $20 Australian per month, which is a bit expensive, called Bar TV. But I fucking love it. And I really should be getting some of the footage and doing up some highlights on it. So let's have a look. Tries scored, tries conceded. Schedule difficulty. I don't know if a high score means is a good thing or a bad thing. But it says we're second behind Souths with the schedule difficulty. I don't know if that's Souths have the most difficult and we got the second most difficult, or if it's they've got the easiest and we got the second easiest. No idea. Just it's called Stats Insider. This place. It's got predictions, news. 80% of money is on the Bulldogs to win. Oh, Timmy's on fire. Sewer Bags are trying the 23rd minute. Bulldogs 22, Rabbitohs 0. How many people are there at the moment? How many people are at the game? Can you see? It'd fucking be great if there's already 20, 30,000 in there. Yeah, Scotty's retired from that game, from the concrete panel game now, mate. See, this is what we want. Oh, he reckons there's about 10,000 there. That's not bad for New South Wales Cup. So look, everyone, I'm glad to have you on today. Thanks for having a chat and your contribution. Thank you, Timmy, for keeping us updated with the score. I want to go watch the game now, but just thought I'd get on there and talk about a few of the things. I think, look, no prisoners, but I do expect that whatever Burton and Kikau do today, they'll be better for the run. And I think we will, which in that case, you may see Sexton doing the lion's share of the kicking. So that'll be interesting to see how much Matty kicks after coming back from that injury. You would hope that there's literally no fear in what he's doing out there. MCLs don't seem to reoccur too often. The other one, the ACL, is the big problem for a lot of people. But yes, very interested to see how it's going to pan out. I'm going to tip our Bulldogs to win by 18 points, and I hope it's a lot more. But guys, thanks for joining, and thanks again to everyone who's subscribed. Make sure you like it and all that sort of crap. Share it if you want. It's up to you. But glad to get it on here and chat with people and have a real, and get that build up happening for the big game, which is coming shortly. Let's go, boys. Let's go. And if you want to become a member, you can. And in the future, you will see more and more sort of stuff for members. But, that's, I do my best. Cheers, family. Glad everyone's coming on here and having a chat with each other and sharing their stories as well. That's what it's all about. It's about a community. And not sitting there and debating how shit the club is and who we should have picked and shouldn't have picked and blah, blah, blah. We can put our opinions that, in my opinion, we should have picked this, but, the blanket message is whatever the club does, they're going to do. And we're just going to back them and support them to do so. That's it. That's it. Supporters. We're all true supporters and we're all here for our team all the time. Win, lose, draw, doesn't matter. But winning's fucking great, isn't it? So let's hope that continues today on Good Friday. Sorry for my swear words. I get excited. But go the fucking Dogs. See you guys. Thanks again. Oh, actually, someone's asked a question here. Timmy says NRL Bulldogs 36, Rabbits 12, full times first try scorer Montoya. Joel says, so what chance do I have in securing a Doggies jumper? Is it going to cost me how much? Yeah, look, you can get some replica ones that you can see on some sites, and I think they cost about $50-$60, and you just get them in a bigger size. I think they're just made in China, and most people can't tell the difference. Or you buy them from the club. If you're not a member of the club, you're going to pay about $150, $160. But you can get jerseys secondhand on marketplace. You can get them all sorts of ways, and some people happily sell you a jersey for cheap. Just get on the right places and ask. Tell people you want to buy a jersey. All right, mate. All the best, everyone. Go the Dogs. Bird Road Team Store. There you go. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming along and saying hello. And good luck to the Dogs today. And good luck to everyone out there. Have a great weekend. Stay safe on the road. Blah, blah, blah. Go the Dogs.